What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Wrong. Another video. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. What we're going to be talking about today is why dating single mothers suck. Man, it's like I don't even know where to start with this, you know? Because I've had several experiences with single mothers. None of them really good. But there's a few things that I want to touch on as to why it's not in the best interest of a man, especially if you're a man with no kids, like myself. One of the main reasons that stick out the most is, one, you're never gonna be her priority, at least not the first one anyway. I think this is something more guys are starting to wake up to. That's why you're seeing, it seems like the number of single moms is increasing every day. Yeah, I mean, really ain't much to elaborate on that. I mean, that's one of the things that stick out. You're never going to be her priority. I mean, hell, shit, in some cases, you won't even be her second or third priority. Depending on how many kids she got. You know, I mean, it's just one of those things that if you're going to get into a situation like that, you got to accept that. Second reason why is, well, baby daddy issues. At the end of the day, no man really wants another man around their kids. And even though I don't have kids myself, I can completely understand that. Because men are territorial. You know, it's just one of those, another one of those things you just gotta accept, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm like, women gotta understand that a man wants peace. And the last thing he wants to do is be fighting with you and your baby daddy over the kids, or fighting with your baby daddy for just because he in his feelings because you with his baby mama. Like, who wants all that? You know what I mean? And another reason why, and for real, this kind of ties in the other two reasons, is that there's really no incentive for a man with no kids to be with a woman with kids. And what I mean by there's no incentive, well, for one, most women that have kids, they're not trying to have any more kids. So unless you're a guy that never planned on having kids, then I guess you can make that exception if that's what you want. But most women who already have kids, they ain't really trying to have more kids. You know what I mean? And like I said, it ties into the first reason. You're never going to be her first priority. But she's going to expect you to put her and her kids first. Where's the incentive in that? And then to make matters worse, most women who do have kids, they're past their prime years. Meaning, you know what I mean? You're not even getting her best years, but you gotta bust your ass and spend your resources on her and the kids. Otherwise, you don't measure up. And like, part of me feels bad for him sometimes, because I was watching Kevin Samuel podcast about single mothers the other night, and I think he said Dr. Boyce Watkins, if I'm pronouncing his name right. What they did was they found out that there's actually more single mothers than there are single men without children. Which means, in a nutshell, that there's going to be some single men out there that are going to have to date or marry these single mothers. I mean, dating a single mother is a bad deal for a single man with no kids in itself. But just imagine hearing that out loud as a single man myself. It's kind of like, yeah, like that's not a deal I think most single men with no kids would be willing to take. And you know, I even asked this question on Facebook, and I was kind of surprised by the responses that I got, because I think I got responses from about 5-6 different women, and all of them pretty much said the same thing, was that, you know, a man with no kids shouldn't be shamed for not wanting to date a girl with kids, but you know, at the same time, make sure you're clear about your intentions up front, and you know, if that's what you want, and that's what you want. And I can appreciate that. But at the same time, I was kind of surprised, because like, I know for a fact, I've seen many of women with kids say that they want a man who doesn't have kids. And I know one of the big reasons that I hear from women is baby mama drama. But they don't ever stop to think about the roles being in reverse. You don't never stop to think about, okay, well, what if that man got to do with your baby daddy? Like, and that's one thing I've noticed about women. I'm like, they never really look through the world through a man's lens. And that's something that women need to get better at. Because men don't have it in this world nearly as easy as women think. I mean, I kind of find it strange that even with the world changing and being what it's become now, I mean, it's so gynocentric, it's kind of laughable to see women still like complain about certain things, like certain double standards, which is a good topic for another video, because there's a particular double standard that women cannot seem to get over, even though double standards in these world favor women far more than they do men. Like, if you just take the time to just brainstorm, I'm pretty sure most people can think of these. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to touch on, man. As far as, you know, dealing with single mothers and things of that nature, I know it can be a touchy subject, because single mothers get in their feelings, you know, because they feel entitled to the same quality of man that a woman with no kids. You know what I mean? But I mean, if a guy gets to choose between a 30-something-year-old with kids versus a 20-something-year-old with no kids, like, ladies, can you really be mad at that man for choosing a younger chick that doesn't have any kids, if he doesn't have any of himself and he wants to build his own family? I'm not gonna apologize. I want my own family. one of the main things I want people to take from this channel is that this is coming from a personal standpoint. I don't want people thinking can I put this? You know what? I mean, I guess what I, in a nutshell, for real, I just want to show the world that the average man has a voice. Whether women a certain caliber or ignoring the average man or not, at the end of the day, we still got a voice. At the end of the day, we help run this world just as much as the next person. I don't know, man. We live in a real. This world getting crazy, man, and it's. I don't know. I just feel like we get into a time where more people need to speak up. Like otherwise, I really don't see it getting much better, and it's gonna get worse before it ever gets better. On that note, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, man. Like I said again, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video. Deuces.